Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is so wonderful to see everyone here this evening. And of course, greetings to you out there in internet land. I'm Rabbi Benjamin Zober, one of the rabbis here at Temple Sinai, and I'm just delighted to begin Shabbat with all of you on this wonderful weekend in March. As we do just about every week, we are praying this evening out of Mishkan Tefillah, a Reform Siddur. If you are online and you don't happen to have a copy just hanging around, you can download our virtual Siddur at sinaireno.org/live. It should have all the readings and everything you need, and no pages on which to give yourself a paper cut. So benefits all around. We begin our reading, our service this evening with a reading that is on page 6. If you've got the bound volumes, we read responsively in the middle of the page. May the door of the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. And it is my great honor to welcome up Justice Alexa Cadish to light our Shabbat candles this evening. You can follow along on page 2. We got the lighter going. We thought that was going to be the sticking point, and then the candles didn't cooperate.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu v'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. As we welcome the Shabbat a bit more, we have a few songs that we will sing. Our first song is Ma Yafeh Hayom, which can be found on page 10. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. And we continue then on the bottom of page 11, down towards the bottom, Ki Eshmera Shabbat. Ki Eshmera Shabbat El Yishmereini. Ki Eshmera Shabbat El Yishmereini. Oti leom eyad beno uveini. Oti leom eyad beno uveini. And we turn all the way to page 20 for Lechado D. As is our custom, we will be singing verses 1 to 5 and 9. And when we reach the 9th and final verse, I invite you to rise in body or in spirit and turn to the entrance of whatever space it is you find yourself in this evening as we welcome the Sabbath bride into our midst. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmiyanu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad shemul tiferet veletechila. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha ki hi mekor habracha. Mirosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshavat chila. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri kiva orech kumiori. Uri, shir daberi. Kvod Adonai alaik nigla. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Boiva shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha v'tola. Toch emunei am segula. Boi kala. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechado di likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. We continue together with Justice Cadish on page 26. Yitgara v'yitgarash shemei rabbah b'yama divrach v'rutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyom echon uv'chayei kol beit Yisrael bagala Uvizman kariv vimeru amen. Yehesh me rabba mevarach le'alam lo mehalmaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha barichu leila min kol birchata v'ashirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran me'alma v'meru. Amen. We turn to page 28, and I invite you to rise in body or in spirit for the Baruch Hu. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam vaed. Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam vaed. We continue in the English on page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam can be found on page 32. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Avta, Amcha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadata, Otanu limadata. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokmenu, kumenu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, Uvmitzvotecha leolam vaed, ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, uvahem nageomam v'layla, nageomam v'layla, v'yahavatcha al tasir, Mimenu leolamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael. We continue with the Shema, page 34. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. We continue together with the V'ahavta, page 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom alevavecha V'shinantam livanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvrechtacha v'derech u'shachbecha u'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'ktavtam Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkaru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ahani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem mi'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem emet. We continue with a responsive reading at the top of page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Micha Mocha can be found on page 40. Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai Micha mocha nehedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osefele Nora tehilot osefele Malchutecha ra'uvanecha Bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Zelianu ve'amru Zelianu ve'ameru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed V'nemar kifar Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo me'ad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. We read together the middle of page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We continue on the very next page with Yismechu. Yismechu v'malachutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Yismechu v'malachutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Mekadeshei Mekadeshei Shavi Shabbat. Kulam Yisbeu. V'itim gumatu v'hashabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat v'kore oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat. Shvi'i ratzita bo v'kidasho Shabbat. Chemdad yamim oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat v'kore oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat v'kore oneg Shabbat. Zecher l'maaseh v'reshit Shabbat. Zecher l'maaseh v'reshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat v'kore oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat v'kore oneg Shabbat. Well, now that we are properly warmed up, we turn to page 46, and I invite you to rise in body or in spirit for the Amidah. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh hakol, v'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula lifnei b'neihem, leman shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Abraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor eolam Adonai, mechaye hakol ata rav lehoshia, mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, mechakel chaim b'chesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, sohomek noflim berofeh holim, Umatir asurim, kahayim emunato, lishenei ahar, michamocha bal givurot, umidom elach, melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yelu haselah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue silently to page 62. Please be seated when you are finished or when you feel ready. Oseh Shalom can be found on page 62. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, Amen. We turn at this time to Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our Torah service this evening. We begin with the reading at the at the bottom of page 245. We read together, "Happy is the one who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding, for its value is greater than silver, its yield than fine gold. It is more precious than rubies, no treasure can match it." And it is my great honor to invite up Laura and Aaron and Ronan as well to open our ark and to carry our Torahs this evening. We turn to page 246, and if I invite you to rise in body or in spirit. Ki mitzion teisei Torah. Follow us. Ki mitzion teisei Torah, udevar Adonai Merushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai Iti Uneromemo Shemo Yata Lecha Adonai Hagadula V'Hagevura V'Hatiferet V'Hanetzach V'Hahod Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz Ki kol b'shamayim u'va'aretz Laha Adonai Hamamlacha Yamit Nahaseh Lechol Rosh Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Omed Al HaTorah Ve'al HaVodah Ve'al Gemilut Chasadim Al HaTorah Ve'al HaVodah Ve'al Gemilut Chasadim. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, Ronan, will you help me put that away?
Yeah, that's your last job, buddy.
We should all love the Torah so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Ronan.
Ronan, I think you have the most fun now. Come with me. You may be seated. It is my honor to welcome for our Ale this evening, Howard Beckerman. Ya'amod Tzvi ben Eliyahu la'aliyah haTorah. Someone has absconded.
Where's the cheat sheet?
There we go. I think that's right.
Okay.
That looks right, yeah.
Yes.
All those squiggly lines, yeah. We are starting right there.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. If you could just hold that right there. Amen. Ele Pekudei Hamishkan Mishkan Edat Asher Pukad Alpi Moshe Avodat Haleveihim Beyad Itamar ben Aharon HaKohen Uvetzalel ben Uri ben Hur Lemate Yehuda Asa et Kol Asher Tiva Adonai et Moshe Ve'ito Oholiav ben Itchamach Lemate Dan Charash V'choshev V'karem V'techelet V'argaman U'v'tolat Hasheni U'v'ashesh.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koach. Well,
We have a blessing for you, so don't go too far. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu, Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless you as you have come up to Torah in honor of God and Torah. May you merit from the Holy One of blessing protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God send blessing and success in your every endeavor, together with all Israel. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. And again, Yashar Koach. With our Torah in our midst, we turn our thoughts to those in the community who need some healing, healing of body, healing of mind, healing of spirit. At this time, we are thinking of Kevin Ashton, Kathy Bartlett, Tracy Bartlett, Batya Ta'ali, Chava Ann Borsoff, Mike Carter, Laura Cohen, Perry and Cohen, Megan Carney Cranmer, Debbie Engelhart, Sanford Friedlander, Jennifer Gordon, Stephen Gould, Marlene Harris, Debbie Herman, Letitia Kruger, Margaret Lewicki, Harav Miriam Yael Chaya Batsara, Mihael Yitzchak Ben Esther Malka, Vivian Morgan, Tim Ober, Claire Petersky, Carol Pevney, Cindy Powell, Wendy Rains, Judy Ramos, Sarah Bat Chava, Shirley Rutkovitz, Shana Bracha Bat Esther Malka, Phil Shallett, Chris Stanton, Bobby Wells, Asher Zelech, Yaakov Ben Avraham Vasera. And we also add prayers for Israel, for peace, healing, and remembrance for all the innocent lives affected by this war. And we also add our prayers of Matir Asurim for the freeing of captives, Trenton McGregor, Airman First Class, and all military personnel assisting in the Middle East. We add to that everyone affected by the coronavirus and long COVID, and the Jewish and other communities of Ukraine. If there are other names that you wish to share, if you are online, I encourage you to add those names into the comments. And if you are present, I invite you to share those names when my eyes meet yours. Bobby Vidal.
Kurt Chester.
Michael Myron.
Our song of healing for all those we are thinking of is Debbie Friedman's Misha Berach. It can be found on page 253. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBrecha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habrecha liavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Let's see, where are we? Okay, at this time, it is my honor to To invite up Ellis Kruger to help us dress our Torah. We all rise. Get you your implements of destruction out here. Vazot HaTorah Sher San Moshe Livnei B'nei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai B'yad Moshe Yai Rai 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 Yai Rai 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 Yai Rai 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 Yai Rai 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 Yai Rai 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 Yai Rai 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 Yai Rai 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 Yai Rai 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 Rai. Thank you. We read we read responsively on page 257. When Torah entered the world, freedom entered it. The whole Torah exists only to establish peace. Its highest teaching is love and kindness. What is hateful to you, do not do to any person. That is the whole Torah. All the rest is commentary. Go and learn it. Those who study Torah are the true guardians of civilization, honoring one another, doing acts of kindness, and making peace. These are our highest duties, but the study of Torah is equal to them all because it leads to them all. Let us learn in order to teach. Let us learn in order to do. Page 256. Ephraim hi lemachzikim ba v'tomheha meushar deracheha darchei Noah v'chol notivatecha shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chodesh Yameinu kekedem. Thank you. You may be seated. I was going to open my sermon with a story about my family, and I asked my mom to look into an artifact so I would have everything right for this. And then at the last minute, I decided that it wasn't going to work that way. So Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry that I made you dig through the basement for Grandpa's ledger. It'll make it into another sermon, I'm sure. One of my favorite institutions is the American Jewish Archives, located on the historic Cincinnati campus of the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion. It is the largest freestanding repository dedicated solely to the study of the American Jewish experience. Whew. They have over 15 million pages of documents, in addition to photographs, recordings, and other media. Someday, after I retire, all of my papers will go there. Every sermon, every lesson plan, every one of my dirty, dirty Purim spiels. Most of it is not on actual paper anymore, but we and I still do generate a lot of content, and much of what we create is in physical form. Writing is what made us as Jews. That we have a written account of our history that dates back so far is one of the most significant things and something that marks our identity. When we read the Torah, we encounter all sorts of groups: Hittites, Jebusites, Perizzites. And I ask, where are they today? Have you ever met a Hivite, a Gibeonite? All of those peoples assimilated into a larger part of society. When they were conquered, they lost their identities and became Egyptians or Assyrians or whatever it was that was the dominant country around them. But not us. We held on to our identity. We did this in part because we had something they did not. We had a story, a narrative. We had something that told us where we came from, who we were, and it was something that we could identify with and hold on to and repeat even when we were in exile and dispersed. And telling that story continued throughout history. Wherever we were, we still had that story of who we were and who we wanted to continue to be. Although customs and traditions varied by community, rites and rituals in Sephardi countries seeming sometimes completely foreign to the Ashkenazi ones, and vice versa, and on through other distinct communities in the Jewish world, the history, our ancestors and our origins, was all the same. And we still shared that wherever we were, whatever our Judaism looked like. And we also shared our values. Our documents are records of, among other things, our values. That is something that is evident in the details of the Mishkan. As we come to the end of Exodus, we are inundated with descriptions of the Mishkan. While the Torah may be sparse on some details, it goes through the cost and specifications of the Mishkan at great length. 100 talents of silver were for casting the sockets of the sanctuary and the sockets for the curtain. 100 sockets to the 100 talents, a talent a socket. And of the 1,775 shekels, he made hooks for the posts, overlay for the tops, and bands around them. It goes on. It goes on to describe the hooks, the posts, the bands, the sockets. There are curtains, vestments, ritual objects, each with particular requirements and descriptions, each one handmade and unique. The details of the Mishkan are as much a practical guide for future generations as they are a transmission of values. We will probably not be rebuilding the Mishkan anytime soon, but we will certainly think about what it means to create a holy space. We can learn from those details of gold and silver, the appurtenances and fixtures, what it means to put love and attention into something. That is what we learn from reading about the donations and the offerings. In fact, the Torah notes that all men and women who were so moved contributed to the Mishkan. This was not a work only of artisans, but of the entire community. It was, to use a modern term, crowdfunded. And in that, we see that it was of value to the entire community. Each person contributed because it was meaningful to them. And while Betzalel and Oholiab were named the craftsmen behind the Mishkan, they were not the only ones. Elizabeth Freed points out that all of the textiles and the fabrics were likely made by unnamed women, as the custom at the time was for women to do the weaving and all work with fabric. Show me your budget, and I will show you your values, they say. We can examine where our priorities are by looking at where our money goes. Of course, much of our money goes to housing and to healthcare. Not that these are unimportant, but their outsized spot in our budget shows how committed we are to them, and perhaps how problematic is the way that our society funds them. In 2005, Rabbi David Saperstein was asked to evaluate the federal budget on behalf of the Religious Action Center, the social justice wing of the Reform movement. He began his analysis by saying, "The budget is the great moral document of our nation, setting forth the government's priorities and values for the coming year and beyond. It is fair, therefore, to ask what values are and are not being advanced in this year's budget." Our Torah portion, Pikudei, gives us a moral document as well. It records the contributions of the community, thereby memorializing their values and commitments to the people and their religious obligations. And it describes for us what we envisioned such a holy space would look like, a place for God to dwell. When we look around at our expenditures, we can still see our values. This space has undergone a number of changes since the beginning of the congregation. Each time, people of the community contributed to ensure that it remained a space that was inviting, holy, and conducive to our connecting with the divine. Rabbi Ellen Weinberg Dreyfus, in reflecting on the Torah's holy account of accounting, explains that transparency means accountability. When our transactions are made public, it keeps us honest. The records are important, she writes, and the budget reflects the values of society. The records may sometimes put us to sleep, but what they say should rouse us out of our complacency and energize us to raise our voices. Our task is to work together as partners with all people of goodwill to create and maintain a just and compassionate society. Our projects and expenditures tell our story. They tell us who contributed and to what. And that what is a representation of what we value. When my papers get to the American Jewish Archives, I hope that they are of use to scholars and researchers. I hope that they laugh over my spiels, contemplate my Divrei Torah, and learn from my lessons. But I also hope that they draw from them an understanding of what I believed, of my values and my priorities. I hope that they learn about this community, of what we have gone through, what our values are. Every item in the collection at the archives transmits value. Some are obvious historical documents that helped shape history or key pieces of our story. Others, less obviously important. Sometimes they are downright dry and mundane. Notes from board meetings, membership lists, letters between two people that no one still remembers. But in all of those documents, we find experiences, moments of change and history. We can learn from them the values and concerns of a community firsthand. When we read the account of the Mishkan, we are reminded of a time when we came together and contributed to build something holy, not just because it was a place to meet God, but because it was a place for us to be a community together. Although we do not build quite like that today, we still create holiness in what we build. And we can still see our values in our projects. May we always spend and create in concert with our values. May our institutions and buildings reflect what matters to us. And may they communicate those values to others for the betterment of all. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
It is my honor at this time to invite up Rob Dickerson to help open our ark. We turn to the bottom of page 282, and I invite you to rise in body or in spirit. Aleinu leshabeach Adon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kaveh haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo samchakenu kahem, v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 285. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Page 287. V'nemar v'haya Adonai למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. Thank you. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. At this time, we recall Jamie Smith, Mark Umlas, Francine Catherine Barr, David Ben Avraham, Tatiana Marie Granoff, Millie Ralston, Carol Ann Garris, Esther Bat Evron, Scott Johnson, Eric Hobson, Daniel B. Stage, Sue Berkhammer, Eric Rosenberg, Jeffrey Four, Kevin Knox, Joanne Reimer, James Jim Alexander. In this Shabbat, we commemorate yahrzeits for George Greenberg, Ernest Kahn, Andrew Verratti, S. Gerard, Steve Strauss, Howard Gordon, Sylvia Pansky, David Press, Arthur Solomon Walpe, and Jack Abramson. If there are other names that you wish to add, again, online, I invite you to share them in the comments, or present, please do so when my eyes meet yours.
Elliot Beckerman, Eliyahu Ben Shmuel.
If it is your custom, I invite you to please stand for Kaddish Yatom, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'mei almaya. Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitareh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata.
tushbachata v'nechemata, talmiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all who mourn, to which we say, amen. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to invite up Alexa for our announcements this evening. Alexa, the podium is yours.
Thank you for such a beautiful service. And I had no idea
Right
that
on
that
the
place
comfortable.
existed.
On the binder.
Right in front of my face. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Okay, let's do some thank yous. Thank you, Rabbi Zober, as always. And to Michael Gorden doing our live stream tech, please remember if you would like to volunteer here for a couple of hours a year, here and there, contact Mike. We always need somebody on the live stream tech as well as Torah chanters. And our Oneg sponsors, Justice Elissa Cadish and Howard Beckerman, thank you. And let's see, the Oneg today is in their, they are hosting the Oneg today, and it is in honor of her unopposed run for the Nevada Supreme Court. Congratulations, Justice Cadish. So if you can, please join us in the social hall for the Oneg afterwards. And for those of you who are online, we will have the Zoom at sinaireno.org/Zoom, and you can enter that virtual room. Okay, let's just see what's going on in the next month. Sundays, March 17th, let's do March 17th. We have Sinai School and the Parent Social. Also, everything starts at 9:30 a.m. Everybody is welcome for the family service, and then the Sinai School afterwards. The Crafter Schmooze is on Tuesday. If you're doing anything special for Purim, please be here at 7 p.m. Torah for Tots, Purim Torah for Tots. Now, is theirs clean? Do you have anything to do with this?
No, I have nothing to do with
Judy
that.
Schumer.
Yeah.
Oh, she can be salty. So that is on at 4:15 on Thursday, March 21st here. And on the 22nd, we have our Kabbalat Shabbat service again here. The Oneg is being sponsored by John Luis Gomez, Daniel Skeen, Ronan Kerr, Rose Whitaker, in celebration of their momentous conversion to Judaism. What day is that? When is that happening? Is it?
Next week?
No, the Friday, but when are they?
They're all
They're-
official,
they're-
so
it's
this
all
is just a celebration, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes, you can hit them up for different honors when you're filling out the sheet.
Yes. If you guys are listening, make sure you come when I'm greeting. Okay. Saturday, March 23rd, Torah study at 10 a.m. Every Saturday, 10 a.m., most every Saturday. 10 a.m. is the Torah study online. And at 8 p.m. is the joint Purim service and Megillah reading at Temple Emmanuel. Kind of fun that we're doing a couple things together this year, including 11 o'clock Sunday for all the kids and all the adults. At 11 a.m., the joint Purim Carnival at Temple Emmanuel. At 4 p.m., the Purim Feast at Temple Emmanuel. At 7 p.m., a very Barbie spiel, our Purim spiel here at Temple Sinai. If you've never come, you got to come. I mean, you can watch it online too, but these characters, just make it. And don't forget to, wear your pink, right? Well, I guess you can wear anything, but wear your pink.
So, I have to cut in, I have to say, just because we want to be accurate and correct here. I was informed that it's actually not pink. It is a color PMS 232. Thank you, Daryl, if you're watching. So we're trying to be correct. If you wear pink, we will not throw you out. We won't hold it against you. But if you can, please wear your favorite PMS 232 outfits. So
Is that your way of saying all pinks are welcome?
yes, it is.
All pinks are welcome. Okay, Tuesdays, we have March 26th, 12 o'clock, lunch with the rabbis. Friday, Kabbalat service on March 29th. That Oneg is being sponsored by Barton Barrow in celebration of one of his exponential 21st birthdays. Thank you, Barton. This is on your flyer if you see it, but if you're not here out in Zoom land, April 17th, Wednesday at 5 p.m., the Library Committee presents Anti-Semitism Then and Now. You can register at jewishnevada.org/bookmarks. All of these backslashes, all of these dates, everything, it's on our website. Also, Mike Stambach does an amazing job if you keep or delete until the next one. The newsletters that come out on Wednesdays, I believe, most usually on Wednesdays, everything's there, graphics, dates, web addresses. So don't get lost in, on the Mondays, Tuesdays, and addresses. It's all there and incredibly easy to find. Please accept, as Barton has done, as our new converts have done, as the Justice has done, our Year of Renewal Oneg Challenge. You can sign up to host or sponsor an Oneg. You can do it yourself, or we have a new program with Tracy and Crystal, and they make it so easy. We can all sign a check, and they'll take care of it. And then, of course, Sinai Library, visit the online public access catalog. The entire library catalog is there. It's sinaireno.org/catalog or /catalog. For more information, look at your newsletters, come to our website. It's pretty well organized. And this pink says, thank you again.
Thank you, Alexa. Thank you for greeting and for all those announcements. Our closing number this evening is Adonalam, which can be found on page 321. Adonalam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'et nasa v'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kichlot hakol Levado imloch nora, vehu haya, vehu ove, vehu iye, betifara, vehu echad, v'ein sheni, leham shilo, lehach bira, beli reshit, beli tachlit, velo haoz, vehamizra, vehu eli, V'chai goali, v'tzur chavli b'yetzahara, v'hu nisi umanos li, manat kohusi, b'yom ekra b'yado, avkid ruchi, b'yeti shan v'yahira, v'im ruchi giviyati, Adonai li v'lo ira. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I look forward to seeing you at the Yisma Zoom or our Oneg here in the building.